Arkansas is full of small towns, back roads, and places with names you might not expect to see on a road sign. From Toadsuck to Possum Grape, some of these names sound like they were made up around a campfire. But behind many of them are stories, legends, and a little bit of Arkansas history. Today we're taking a road trip across the natural state to explore some of Arkansas's strangest place names. Let's start with one of Arkansas's most famous unusual names, Toadsuck. Located along the Arkansas River near the historic Toadsuck Ferry. One story says travelers drank at a nearby tavern until they swelled up like toads. Another theory connects the name to an old French phrase for a narrow river channel. Whatever the origin, Toadsuck remains one of Arkansas's most unforgettable names. Then there's Smackover. The name sounds like something that happened in a bar fight, but its history goes much deeper. One explanation traces the name to the French phrase sumac couvert, referring to an area covered in sumac. Other stories have been told over the years, and there is no single universally accepted explanation. What we do know is that Smackover became famous for something else entirely when oil was discovered here in 1922, creating a major oil boom in South Arkansas. Possum Grape sounds like something you'd find on an old country dinner table, but it's actually the name of a real Arkansas community. The possum grape is a type of wild grape that grows in the region. Over time, the name became associated with the community itself. Like many Arkansas's place names, several stories have circulated about its exact origin. But the wild grape connection is one of the explanations that has survived. Now we're heading into the Ozarks to a place simply called 56. The community was originally proposed to be called Newcomb, but that name was rejected when residents applied for a post office. Instead, the community was named for its school district number 56. It's one of those Arkansas names that makes you wonder what the story could possibly be, only to discover the answer is actually pretty simple. Next up is Romance, Arkansas. Just hearing the name makes you wonder how this little community got it. Romance is one of several Arkansas's names whose origin has been surrounded by local stories and traditions. Whatever the exact beginning, the name certainly gives this small Arkansas community a little personality. And if you're looking for a place with a name that's hard to forget, Romance definitely qualifies. Then there's Weiner, Arkansas. Yes, that's really the name on the town sign. Located in the Arkansas Delta, Weiner developed around agriculture and the railroad. The community was originally known as West Prairie, but the railroad station took the name Weiner, and eventually that name became associated with the town itself. Today, the community is especially known for rice farming and its place in Arkansas Delta history. Oil Trough sounds like it should have something to do with drilling for petroleum, but that's not where the name came from. Long ago, the White River bottoms were filled with cane and were home to bears. According to the traditional story, early hunters rendered bear fat into oil and stored it in troughs made from hollowed-out tree trunks. The community was originally known as Pleasant Island before the name was changed to Oil Trough in 1849. Here's another Arkansas's name that makes you stop and wonder: Greasy Corner. The community became known as Greasy Corner through a story involving a local restaurant and an automobile repair shop. According to the popular account, a farmer was served a plate of food with grease on it, reportedly connected to the nearby auto repair work. He joked that the place should be called Greasy Corner. The joke apparently stuck, and so did the name. Blue Ball is another Arkansas name that makes you wonder how it ever got on a road sign. The community was established in Scott County in the 19th century. According to local tradition, the name came from the way a nearby mountain looked from the surrounding area, a large blue ball against the sky. Whether you're hearing the name for the first time or you've driven through Blue Ball 100 times, it's definitely one you'll remember. Evening Shade sounds like the perfect name for a quiet Arkansas community, and the story behind it really does involve shade. The original church house was built at the foot of a tall peak on Poteau Mountain. In the afternoon, the mountain's shadow would cover the church. At the time, the word evening was sometimes used for that part of the day. And that's how the church, and eventually the community, became known as Evening Shade. Not every unusual Arkansas's name sounds strange because it's funny. Some are just wonderfully different. Take Delight, Arkansas. The town's name is traditionally attributed to William H. Kirkham, who owned the land where the community was laid out. He reportedly thought the surroundings were so delightful that he decided Delight would be the perfect name. and that name has remained ever since. Then there's Flippin. It sounds like a nickname, but it's actually a family name. The community is named for the Flippin family, who settled in the area during the 19th century. Over time, the community became known simply as Flippin. So while the name may get a laugh from people seeing it on a road sign for the first time, there's actually a family history behind it. And finally, we have Bald Knob. No, Arkansas didn't name a town after somebody losing their hair. The name comes from a prominent bear, or bald hill, in the area. When the railroad arrived in the 19th century, the natural landmark became an important part of the community's identity. The town eventually took the name Bald Knob, and today it's one of Arkansas's most recognizable unusual place names. Arkansas definitely has some strange names. But behind every road sign is a story, sometimes funny, sometimes surprising, and sometimes almost forgotten. That's what makes exploring Arkansas so special. You never know what you'll find just around the next bend. So keep exploring, keep discovering, and remember where your roots run deep. This is River Roots.